See this tiny little device? This is a Switch dock. That's right, a Nintendo Switch dock, that giant thing under your TV. This acts as the exact same thing. I want to talk about how much I like this device. First off, it's 90% smaller than the Switch dock, and 22% smaller than the native Switch charger. It's also the first ever charger with a built-in HDMI display, allowing the Switch to output to 1080p to the TV. Of course, it uses a USB-C charger that not only can charge the Switch, but also any other device that uses USB-C. And it doesn't require any other software to use. Just this plus a few wires and you're good to go. And the foldable prongs are also convenient as well, especially for traveling, which I recently did. I traveled to Albuquerque and took this with me. What's funny is I didn't even end up playing Switch there, but it was in my bag the whole time and it was almost like it wasn't even there. This thing is insanely small. And I've traveled with the Switch dock before, and as I'm sure you know, it's very bulky. This is pretty much like taking an iPhone charger with you. Of course, the wires do add a little bit to the size, but they work with any USB-C charger or HDMI cord. And I have a few tiny HDMI cords and they go with it really well. There's one drawback to this. Your HDMI cord has to be able to reach from the wall outlet to your TV. So depending on how your room is set up, you might be out of luck using this. But typically your power outlet is next to your TV, so I haven't had any issues with that. And I've been moving this thing all around my house, from my kids' room to my room to the living room. It's so simple and easy to move around. As you can see, I set things up in my kitchen just to show you guys how simple it was to plug everything in. And that's right, you can even use a wired Nintendo Switch controller with this tiny dock. They somehow also fit that into it. Unfortunately, it stops at one wired controller, unlike the original Nintendo Switch dock where you can have up to 3 wired controllers plugged in. But luckily you can still use as many wireless controllers as you want, depending on how much the game supports, of course. Now, one thing a lot of people have been worried about when it comes to buying third-party docks is bricking. Bricking is a really scary thing, especially since Nintendo doesn't always allow cloud saves for their games. I'm happy to say that after using it and after doing a bunch of research, I haven't seen anyone saying that this Genki portable dock has bricked their Switch. And honestly, I think that was more of an early problem with the Switch with third-party docks. There were some that reportedly bricked Switches, which is obviously terrible, but I think that is mostly a problem of the past. There aren't a lot of modern Switch docks on the market that are still bricking Switches. Now, Nintendo charges $89.99 for their Switch docks, which is a pretty hefty price, especially since the dock isn't really doing a whole lot. It basically just allows the Switch to use more of its power without overheating. As far as I can understand, at least. I'm not a tech genius, but that's what I've been told. Luckily, this is only $74.99, $15 cheaper than what Nintendo is asking for, which I think is a pretty good bang for your buck. But don't get me wrong, it's still a hefty amount of change. And if you're looking for a cheaper alternative, I'll definitely link my other favorite third-party Switch dock down in the description, which is only around $30 to $40 usually. And the Switch dock I'm talking about is the Hyperkin Retro In S64 console dock, which comes in a bunch of different colors. I've been using this thing for years now and it has not bricked my Switch or anything. It's just a nice cheaper alternative that works just fine. And I might make a video on it in the near future. But anyway, this Genki Switch dock really impressed me. I cannot believe its size. I cannot believe how convenient it is to take with you when you travel. It honestly just blew my expectations out of the water. And I know this might sound like it's some type of paid promotion, but it's really not. I just really like this product. I just love it a lot. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Do you plan on picking up this portable Genki Switch dock? Or what about the Hyperkin one? That's also a good one as well. Let me know. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Hit that thumbs down if you didn't. And I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.